I want to ask you this question. What disciplines or lack of disciplines are getting in your way between the person that you are and the person you want to become? What disciplines would that person that you want to become have? What disciplines would they be living by? Okay. What disciplines are the disciplines that are going to get you where you want to go in life? Whether it's in business, whether it's in relationships, whether it's in your faith. If you're wanting to grow your faith, what's the discipline that's going to help you create that? Is it reading the Bible every day? Is it praying every day? What are those disciplines? And then commit to not just like, I'm going to dabble in it. I'm going to do this a little bit. Literally commit to doing it every single day. Okay. You guys have heard me talk about living the challenge based life. A challenge is essentially something that's specific. Okay. It's insanely specific. You can say exactly what it is. It's very black and white. What's up, y'all? There's a little bit of a special episode here for you. So I'm outside walking around in the complete darkness in my driveway right now. It's probably about 9:30 o'clock. Is that how you say it? 9:30 o'clock? It's about 9:30 right now. It's raining outside, so I might kind of be silent here for a second and let you listen to the beautiful crickets, the rain. Oh man, it's awesome out here. So you might be asking, why am I out here and why am I recording a podcast while I'm doing this? So I've been a little bit quiet actually the past probably 3 to 4 weeks. I've been really diving in with the team and getting our annual plan dialed in. I've been really thinking about this year and what I want to tackle personally. I've talked about it before. When you talk about ambition in business life, oftentimes we set some goals and we think, man, when we hit this thing, then the clouds are going to part, the angels are going to sing, life is going to be amazing, no problems at all. I've punched my ticket, things are amazing, and things are. But what happens with ambitious people, and we've talked about this a lot, is we end up setting new goals. We raise the bar. We move the goalpost, and it's very natural. It's not a bad thing. But one thing that I've learned, I've talked about this a lot in Carrot Cast, I've learned over the years is that we have to have something that we're pumped about going for. We have to have something that lights us up inside, outside of that monetary goal. Otherwise, you're going to get really, really empty in the process of chasing that entrepreneurial dream. And it's happened to me multiple times over the years, and it's something I've been a lot more conscious with Carrot this past 5 to 7 years as we've been growing this company. And so if you guys were able to tune into my epic planning call a few weeks ago from the time that I'm doing this, I do it every year between Christmas and New Year's, guys. We had over 800 people register for the epic planning call this year, which is more than we ever have. We have had over 1,000 people watch the replay of it. I've had countless people tagging me on Instagram, direct mailing me on Instagram. Just guys, so many things that are coming out of that where people are saying, man, this is lighting me up for the year. This right here, this one slide, these two slides are giving me the momentum, the motivation in order to move forward, in order to have intention with my business. And that's my aim, y'all. That's why I do that. So if you guys have not checked out the epic planning call for 2020, I teach things I've never taught before. Guys, I had some of the biggest mindset shifts in my life in 2020. And I walked through my biggest mindset shifts. I walked through a simplified version of the way that we do planning. And you actually get my slide deck so you can go through and do your own planning too. So just go to carrot.com/epic, carrot.com/epic, grab the replay of that call, y'all, and implement. So what I want to talk about right now is why I'm out in the rain. As we headed into 2020, one of the biggest things I've been looking at is, and I've been debating this. I've been a guy, and I've talked about in past CarrotCast episodes. I've been a guy who kind of would get bored by a business after 3 years, 5 years at the max. I would either kill the business inadvertently, I would get distracted and try to do something else, and that business would die, or I would sell it. And I've never really had a real big exit. Usually when I would sell something, I was selling it to get away from it. not really because there's a big hunk of money. And so with this company, Carrot, you guys have heard it before, where when I started this company, I did it with real intention versus the previous 4 to 5 companies I started over the years. And I started with my non negotiables. I sat down and I said, man, what are all of the things that I did not like about my previous businesses? Let me write them all down. And then the biggest, most important ones, let me now write down the opposite of that. So I didn't like that my businesses were inconsistent income wise. I didn't like that I was building businesses that were not assets that could not be sold if something happened to me, or if I was ready to move on and that business no longer fueled my passion or my purpose, then I could sell the business to someone who was more passionate about taking that forward. I wanted my business to have more fun, the whole shebang. So I came up with the 5 non-negotiables, and those 5 non-negotiables have guided me to this day to run Carrot. And every single year, I look at those non-negotiables and I say, do I want to sign up for another year of this? Do I want to sign up for another year of this? Is this business still serving my purpose? Is this business still serving my mission? Is this business still fulfilling me in the work that I'm doing? And every year I look at that and I do an audit, just like I teach the Epic Planning call, and I find out, where am I not getting the energy? Where's the energy getting sucked out of me? And going into this year, I knew that I had to become a lot better leader, y'all. Okay. We're over 40 employees now. We've got 4 or 5 positions open right now at Carrot. We know the market's going to make some adjustments. Okay. But we're investing big time ahead of it to build out some amazing new feature set for y'all. We're investing big time ahead of it to make a big bet on what we think is going to happen in the market, to serve you guys and gals way better, and to help you get ahead in these market shifts that are impending over the next 18 months. And so we're making some big bets. And personally, as I was pulling back and looking at it, I'm going, man, so what's my personal challenge going to be? Because, the majority of my financial goals that I'd ever set in life are hit. And yeah, I keep moving goalposts now a little bit, but I'm always looking at it going, man, I could sell this company and, technically not have to worry about money for the rest of my life and my kids' lives, and have plenty of money for charities, have plenty of money for, doing whatever I want to do with them, starting other businesses, investing in other businesses. And I look at that and I say, that's option A. And do I want to do that? Like, if I were to do that, what would I get out of it? And I look at it and go, well, I already don't spend, a lot of the money I've already got. And so having even more money to not spend would probably be a little bit of a stressor, because then you got to be able to manage it and deal with it. And you want to make sure not to lose it and all those things, right? And this is just me, but I wouldn't like retire. And so next thing you look at and go, okay, cool. So if I were to sell, why would you want to sell? Well, you'd only want to sell because, number one, you're not passionate about the business anymore, and you don't feel that business is going to be the vehicle to help you, fulfill your calling, to help you impact the world the way you want to impact it. Or number two, you just don't like your job anymore. You're just tired and wore out of your job. And what I end up finding is, oftentimes the real issue is not the first one. Oftentimes when people get out of businesses, they sell a company, or they get tired of a company and they're wore out and they want to make a transition, they want to make a move. Usually it's not that they don't like that business, it's not that that business can't be a fuel for their passion. Usually it's not that that business is not something that can't serve them and make a great impact. Usually it's just they just don't like their job, right? They don't like the job that they had created for themselves. You don't like the work you're doing. For the most part, your energy is getting drained. You don't see an end in sight for all the work you're doing. You're trying to figure out how to delegate. And you might have made some bad moves people wise. You're getting discouraged by, man, just maybe I can't figure out how to get past this phase. Maybe I'm just the guy who starts companies and doesn't really grow them. Or, maybe I just don't want to do this. Maybe I don't want to have to go through the process of hiring people or training people. It's just quote unquote easier for me to make the easy move of just slinking out of this business or selling it, or just saying no and stopping and starting something new. So as I was debating all those things heading into the new year, and you guys and gals are likely debating similar things. Okay. Now you might be brand new in real estate and you're crazy excited. And what you're doing is you are looking to run away from something you don't like. You're running away from a job you don't like. You're running away from an income ceiling that you don't like at that job. You're running away from limiting beliefs your friends or family are placing on you. You're running away from something, and you feel that starting business in real estate can help you get towards your dream, help you get closer to that. Or you've already been in business for 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, and you're at the spot where I am, where you're like, man, I'm already away from that initial problem. I've already got the income coming in that I hoped I was going to get early on, and now I've got to find that next thing that gives me the passion, purpose, and mission to carry on and make sure this business continues to fire me up. Make sure this business continues to be that purpose, that thing that fulfills you deep down inside, to be your vehicle for impact. And so when I was asking those questions, I said, is Carrot still the company that I feel can be my greatest vehicle for impact right now in this phase of my life? Is Carrot and the purpose of Carrot still aligned with what I'm excited about personally, internally in my gut? And we started looking at the company mission for Carrot, which is add humanity to business and help people save time for the things in their lives that matter. And that really matters to me. It still does. But there was something missing, and as I talk about a lot on these podcasts, or I'll talk about a lot on other podcasts, where I always talk about, why I'm in business or why Carrot is in business. And at the end of the day, I kept on looking at it and going, man, you know what? Even though I'm insanely passionate about leveraging business to add humanity, especially in a time right now during COVID, when there's so much humanity taken out of the world and we're not able to interact with each other as well. Business can be such a great tool to add that smile to people's face, to add humanity back to the equation when people need it most. But is that the reason we're doing what we're doing? And for me, that's a reason, but it's not the reason. That's more of a core value for the company versus like our company mission. And so as I'm looking down at that piece of paper and asking, hey, what is this business still aligned with what I'm most passionate about? Is it the best vehicle that I currently have right now to be able to fulfill this passion, make this impact? I said it is, but I think our mission needs to be tweaked a bit. And the words that kept on popping up to me were freedom and impact, freedom and impact, freedom and impact. And you guys hear me talk about that a lot on the podcast. You hear me talk about a lot on other podcasts. You see it in writing. The reason we exist, and the reason we do what we do, and the reason we do evergreen marketing, because it creates consistency and predictability, is because it gives you more freedom. When you have more freedom as an entrepreneur, you can finally be happier. You can finally spend more time with your family. You can finally spend more time doing the things you love the most. And you can make your greater impact that really fulfills you. And so we're starting to move our mission here at Carrot more towards that, that we help you create businesses that fuel freedom and impact so you can finally fulfill that greatest mission in your life. And those aren't the exact words, but y'all, I'm crazy pumped about it. And so, as we're talking about, do we continue to grow Carrot? Have we hit the greatest impact we can hit yet? The answer is heck no, we have not hit that. The answer is I'm excited more than ever to keep growing Carrot so we can provide an even better product for y'all, so we can help you guys save even more time. And we're investing over $1 million, y'all, over $1 million extra dollars, like in addition to what we already put into product development. This year alone, we're investing $1 million extra dollars into innovating our product, into building features that you guys and gals are asking for that are going to save you tons of time and help you scale your business even more. And I'm pumped about it. So around the new year, I said, if that's the case, who do I need to become? Who do I personally need to become to be able to fulfill this vision with this company? Who do I personally need to be able to become to be able to be the person who can continue to be a great leader, a great CEO at this company? And I can tell you that the person that I've been this past 4, 5, 6 years as a leader was the right type of leader to get us where we are, but is not the kind of person that's going to get us to that next level. It's going to help make the greatest impact and help even more of you all gain freedom, gain flexibility, gain more impact in your businesses. And so in December 1st, I said, you know what? The biggest thing that I've got to do is go back and listen to my own advice. In one of the previous episodes, we'll link it up. We talk about habit ceilings and discipline ceilings, same thing. It's a concept I came up with about a year and a half ago. As I was looking at every big change that I've made in my life for the positive or anytime I got stuck in something, you can picture those moments, y'all. You feel like you're in momentum, things are going great, you're loving it, and then you just can't really place what happened or when it happened. But somewhere along the way, you started to kind of feel like momentum was starting to slow, then it's starting to stop, and maybe even going backwards a little bit. You start to feel a little bit overwhelmed. You start to have the feeling of, man, I was in such a groove. Like, how did I get out of that groove? When I was in that groove, I was on fire, and I promised myself that I could feel that, and I was going to bottle that feeling up, and I would never leave. And that feeling would never leave me, and I would always know how to get back to it. And what happens with all of us, y'all, is no matter how much we think we're going to always be able to keep that momentum, no matter how much we think we're always going to be able to keep that feeling and know exactly how we got into it, we're going to hit moments where we hit that discipline ceiling, and then we hit it again, then we hit it again, then we hit it again. And after 3 weeks of hitting that, after 3 months of hitting it, you start to have those feelings like you're losing momentum, like you can't crack through, like you keep on hitting a ceiling, like you're frustrated and you're getting overwhelmed. And that was me in October. And I talked about that in a previous podcast. I talked about it on the Epic call in detail, where I was crazy overwhelmed for a couple of days because I had let go of our head of marketing. Love him to death, but it's not the right person for the next phase of the company. And man, you know what? Uh, Guys, I was crazy overwhelmed for about 2 to 3 days, and I started to think about that. The old Albert Einstein quote, you know, um, the level of thinking that got you here is not the level of thinking that will get you out of it. The same level of thinking, or the level of thinking that got you into this problem, is not the level of thinking that will get you out of it. And so, as I was thinking about that, I wasn't thinking about what I need to do. I was thinking about, man, the level of thinking that got me here is a who issue, not a what or a how issue. Is who do I need to become? Like, who's the person that I need to become? And as I go back to discipline ceilings, I'm going, okay, I'm hitting another discipline ceiling, y'all. I'm hitting another discipline ceiling. That's why I'm feeling this. That's why I'm feeling this slow of momentum personally. That's why I'm feeling some frustration. That's why I'm feeling like, you want the easy way out. It's because I need to up my disciplines. And in that moment, I said, man, the biggest discipline I can get right now is by adopting the discipline of doing intentionally healthy things every single day. Okay. Guys, I've been able to grow 8-figure business by having some good disciplines and some pretty shitty disciplines. Pardon my French. So if you guys think, man, Trevor's got it all put together. If you guys think, man, I can't do what he's doing because he's at this level. Guys, if you were to see some of my disciplines right now, I guess let me reverse. If you'd have seen some of my disciplines 2 months ago, you would have looked at that and said, how the heck is he able to grow a business that's worth well into the tens of millions, that has an amazing team with those kind of disciplines? And I'm only saying this because you don't have to be perfect. You just have to get focused and go really deep on adding value to a very specific set of people and do it in a really good way. And the more value you add, the more people you help, the more you're able to get compensated as a result. So focus on helping more and more people, and then you'll be able to grow a company. So that's what really worked for us. Because I just got really good at figuring out what was going to work for you guys to help you guys get results and do it in a way that stood out in the market. But now where we are is it can't be about me and my skill set. It's got to be about the skill set of the people around me, about how am I helping my leaders get ahead? Not just how I get ahead, but how do I help my leaders get ahead? And I'm thinking about it going, you know what, guys? The biggest thing is I've got to be a better example for the leaders. I've got to be a better example for the right disciplines that I want them to adopt. I had disciplines, y'all, that I did not want them to adopt. I didn't want them to adopt showing up late to meetings. That's still something I'm working out of, but that's been an MO of mine. I didn't want them to adopt not being prepared for meetings because that was something that I was pretty consistently, getting prepared for meetings in the last minute. There's disciplines I didn't want them to adopt of, essentially not planning well or not creating good systems and processes. And so that's when I got really disciplined. I'm like, all right, guys, game on. So you guys have heard about it, but in December, I started a cycle challenge. I said, every single day this month, I'm going to ride the number of miles in the month, in the day of the week. All right. So on the first, I rode 1 mile. On the fifth, I rode 5 miles. On the 10th, 10 miles. 12th, 12 miles. 25th, Christmas Day, 25 miles. New Year's Eve, 31 miles. for a total of a little over 500 miles in the month of December. And you guys might say, well, cool, Trevor, you're a bike rider guy. Guys, the most I've ever or the most I've ever rode in my life is about 50 miles in a month. And so I 10x'd it, not because I wanted to ride bike miles, not because I wanted to get in shape, because I wanted the mental discipline. And the way that you gain the mental discipline is not by doing it 3 times a week. It's not by doing it Monday through Friday. Okay. It's not by picking and choosing the days you want to be disciplined. It's by doing things every single day, adopting a new way of life where you show up every day. And so I nail it, guys. This is the first time in my life that I've worked out 31 days in a row, first time in my life. And after about week one, week two, it started to be ingrained within me where it's like, okay, cool. I don't want to go back to my old way. I don't want to go back to my old way and my old disciplines of being okay with working out once, twice, 3 times a week on the max. I want to go back. I want to move forward to a new discipline of this is just the way that I live. I sweat every day. I move every day. And as we headed into the new year, I said, man, how do we keep this going? And so many of you guys and gals may have heard of the 75 hard challenge, where you have two 45-minute workouts a day. One has to be outside, rain or shine. Rain right now, it's raining as we speak outside at 10 o'clock at night. You have to drink a gallon of water a day. You have to read 10 pages of a book. It can't be an audiobook. It's the discipline of sitting down and actually reading. Okay, audiobooks or podcasts are amazing. I love them too. But what happens when people are listening to them, you're usually multitasking. It doesn't take any discipline at all to listen to a podcast or to listen to an audiobook, but it does take discipline to sit down and read 10 pages of a book. We've got to take a progress picture every day. Oh boy, what else? Drink a gallon of water. Follow a diet. It can be anything at all, but you've got to follow some sort of nutrition plan. Can't drink any alcohol and zero cheat meals. And so I just locked in. If I would have tried to do this a year or two ago, guys, my old disciplines, my old habits, my old limiting beliefs, and just honestly softness on the mental side of things, I wouldn't have been able to do it. Yeah, I would have, number one, I wouldn't have even started it because I wouldn't have thought that I could have possibly done it. Number two, if I would have started it a day like today, where I was tired today, where I'm 10 days in, I was tired. 9 o'clock hit. I didn't get my second workout in earlier in the day like I'd intended. Some of my schedule blew up. I would have normally just went to bed and kind of had that lack of integrity. And I probably would have woke up the next day and checked the box and said I did the workout, even though I didn't. Guys, I haven't missed a workout. I'm 10 days in, 2 workouts a day, 45-minute workouts, one outside, one inside. Um, the gallon, the 10 pages of reading. Guys, I have not read every single day for 10 pages, probably in my life, longer than a few days at a time. And so I'm going to be doing it for 75 days in a row. What I want to do for you guys is this. I want to challenge you guys and gals. I want to ask you this question. What disciplines or lack of disciplines are getting in your way between the person that you are and the person you want to become? What disciplines would that person that you want to become have? What disciplines would they be living by? Okay. What disciplines are the disciplines that are going to get you where you want to go in life? Whether it's in business, whether it's in relationships, whether it's in your faith. If you're wanting to grow your faith, what's the discipline that's going to help you create that? Is it reading the Bible every day? Is it praying every day? What are those disciplines? And then commit to not just like, I'm going to dabble in it. I'm going to do this a little bit. Literally commit to doing it every single day. Okay. You guys have heard me talk about living the challenge-based life. A challenge is essentially something that's specific. Okay. It's insanely specific. You can say exactly what it is. It's very black and white. Number two, second part of a challenge is it's time-based. Okay. So 75 hard, it's 75 days. My challenge in December, it was 31 days. And when you make it time-based, you kind of trick your brain into being more motivated to do it because you're not locking into something for the rest of your life. And that's one of the issues that there are with those fad diets, with the Weight Watchers or with one of those systems. I'm not going to say they're bad, but the problem is you sign up for this thing in it for an indefinite time period. And what your brain starts to do is your brain starts to go, oh my gosh, there's not an end in sight to this thing. Can you imagine if you were on a running race? Okay. If you're on a running race and you're out there and you're like, cool, I'm going to start this thing. I'm motivated. It's going to help me get healthy. But you're about a mile in and you're looking at it going, okay, I don't know how long this race is gonna be. Is it a mile? Is it 10 miles? Is it 3,000 miles? Is it 100? Is it 12 miles? Is it 3 miles? And so what happens is your brain, you start to go, okay, cool. Like, I don't know how long the race is gonna be, but I'll keep doing it. Eventually, your brain starts to ask, like, when's the end? Like, what are we doing this for? What's the end? I feel like I need to get off of this to feel like I get a rest, like I get a recoup. When do you win? Right. And so when you do a time-based challenge, you trick your brain into it. And then you just pick a new challenge every single time. As soon as that one challenge is done, you just move on to the next one immediately. Don't give any break between. Okay. As soon as you give the break between, like I usually would, you start to lose momentum. And so this last time from December to January, most people would say, man, Trevor, you just rode 500 miles. Don't you think you should give yourself a break? It's like, no, I've been stretching my muscles. I've been, doing the right recovery. My body feels great. My body feels strong. I'm doing the right things and not pushing it too hard. It's not about the fitness. It's about the consistency. It's about showing up every day. And so when I flipped right from the 500 miles in 31 days into 75 hard the very next day, guys, momentum kept going. It kept going. It didn't start to slack off. And so I want to challenge you guys in that. How many of you are doing it the way that I had historically been doing it, where you take on a challenge, you get the thing done at 30 days or a week or whatever, and then you say, I need to take a break. Don't take a break. Okay. Pick something before that one's over. Pick something that you can feel good about. Pick something that is sustainable, right? The 75 hard challenge, I don't have to do like two back-breaking workouts a day. One of them can literally be a hike as long as it's 45 minutes. This one here right now, I did some sprints earlier for 10, 15 minutes. And now for the rest of the 30 minutes, I'm talking to you guys. I'm walking. I've probably walked half a mile just sitting here talking to you guys, maybe a mile. Okay. I'm just walking back and forth in my driveway. And so I had a really good hard workout this morning. I'm gonna have a good hard one tomorrow, and I'll probably do a little bit of a light jog and then some jump rope or something like that. It's not about the physical fitness, guys. It's about the discipline. And so pick yourself a challenge. The third part to an effective challenge to make it work is accountability. This right here, me talking to you guys and saying that I'm doing this is accountability. I rallied a few people. I put it on Facebook and Instagram and said, hey guys, I'm taking on this challenge. Who wants to do it with me for accountability? And here's the cool thing that happens. One of my biggest takeaways for 2020 that I talk about on the Epic Planning Call is be a lighthouse, not a tugboat for other people. Okay. What that means is this, all too often, we see people around us, could be our spouse, could be our team members, whoever it is. And you're all hot and heavy on some sort of growth initiative, right? You're all hot and heavy on reading. You're all hot and heavy on waking up early. You're all hot and heavy on eating healthy. And I think we all go through those things. And as soon as we're all hot and heavy on something, we think everybody around us should be hot and heavy on the same thing, right? So you take on this new pattern of eating healthy or moving, and maybe your spouse isn't at that time. So you're like, hey, babe, yeah, you should do this thing with me and da 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 da. And like, why don't you come in here? Oh man, that thing you're eating there, it's probably making you feel bad. Like, let's switch to this diet. At the end of the day, no one wants to be tugged along. Okay. People don't like to have people drag them through and be tugged along. I can ask you this: if all those guys out there listening, how many of you have tried to encourage your wife or your girlfriend when you're on a kick to eat healthy or you're on a kick to work out, and you've encouraged them, hey babe, you should start working out with me. Hey babe, you should start eating healthy. What kind of looks do you get when you say that? Probably almost every time they look at you going, so are you saying I'm fat? Are you saying that I need to eat better? Okay. That almost never works good for me. And so I heard this concept from my coach, and he heard it from someone else. And it's actually a biblical principle, as well. But be a lighthouse, not a tugboat. And so with these challenges, I didn't go to my wife. I didn't go to other people and say, hey guys, you should do this. Okay. I just said, I put out the challenge to people out there in my social media. Hey guys, I'm going to do this thing. If anyone wants to join in, let me know. Let's do it. But I didn't go out there to specific people, including my wife, saying, hey, baby, you should do this. I just started living by example, saying yes every single time I wanted to say no to that commitment. Like, yes, the commitment I made, and yes, I'm going to do it. Yes, I'm going to do it. Yes, I'm going to wake up early. Yes, I'm going to get the workouts in even when I don't want to. Yes, I'm going to drink that water before I go to bed. Yes, I'm going to read the book. Okay. And by doing those things over and over again, what happens is people notice it. People notice it and they start to get inspired by your consistency. Consistency is inspiring, not the flashy stuff. The flashy stuff is interesting for a split second. Consistency is what inspires people. Look at those people you follow on Instagram. Look at those people that are in a spot where you want to be in life. And oftentimes, one of the reasons that they inspire you is not usually because they're sitting there by the Lambo. That'll catch you, and that's kind of eye candy for once, right? But it's the person who over and over and over again does the things that you feel are hard. And you're looking at them, man, how is that person waking up at 5 in the morning every day for a year? And we go, man, how is that person working out every single day? Man, how is that person reading? Or how is that person praying? Or how is that person doing whatever it is every single day? That's inspiring because I feel like I've got these limiting beliefs in my brain that are holding me back from that. And they must have a different level. Guys, I can tell you they don't have a different level that you don't have. Okay. All they have is they've made a commitment to get better every day. Okay. Number one. Number two, they've decided to put their journey out there to share it with other people, to be a lighthouse for other people like you. And when I started to do this, guys, the 75 hard challenge turned from me to about 10 to 15 carrot customers all doing it together to 4 or 5 of our carrot team members are doing the challenge, maybe more. And we keep on seeing more and more people come out of the woodworks as this month is going, doing the 75 hard challenge. Now, I really don't care if they do it. Like, I'm pumped that they're doing it. I'm insanely happy for them that they're doing it. I'm insanely happy. But I don't need them to do it in order for me to show up and do it. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this inherently so I can be a better leader for my team. I am doing this so hopefully I can inspire some people, but I'm not doing this to show it to you. Okay. I'm showing it to you as accountability for myself. And hopefully, some people look at that and they go, man, I want more of that in my life. And they'll start to be a lighthouse to other people as well. So, guys, that's why I'm walking outside. I don't know how long I've walked, but I'm going to go back inside, finish tonight with my wife. Many of you guys might be asking, well, how is this affecting your marriage? How is this affecting your family? I did make a commitment to say this is not going to harm or impede on family time at all. Okay. And so what I've been doing is been cutting out a little bit of work in exchange for getting one of the workouts in. And there have been a couple times like this time here where I just didn't manage my schedule well and getting that workout in at 9 o'clock. And I was talking to my wife before this. I'm like, all right, babe, tomorrow I'm gonna look at my schedule and make sure I'm ruthlessly cutting stuff out to make sure I get the second workout in during work time, not during family time. So this has actually made me a better father. It's actually made me a better husband. It's making me a better leader. It's giving me more energy, not less. You guys might be thinking, aren't you getting tired? Heck no, guys. I feel more strong than ever. I have more energy than ever right now. And it's because I'm doing this every day. It's adopting a new lifestyle, not a new fad, not a challenge. It's just going to stick for a little bit of time. So I want to encourage you all as you're starting this year, you're a week in, you're 2 weeks in, you're 3 weeks in, you're a month in, whenever you're listening to this. And I want you to look at those New Year's resolutions you set. I want you to look at those goals, those intentions. I want you to seriously look at them and ask yourself, am I becoming the person right now? Am I doing the right things? Do I have the right disciplines that are going to help me reach my goals? And I want you to be serious with yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. And if you can't honestly look yourself in the eye and say, yes, I am doing the right things, I am doing the right disciplines, I am becoming the person that I want to become, then I want you to write down, get a piece of paper, write down and ask yourself, what disciplines do you need to adopt? What do you need to do right now in order to become the next version of yourself? Do you need to start working out to get that energy back? Do you need to stop drinking alcohol or stop drinking so much? Do you need to eat more healthy so you get your energy back? Okay. Do you need to sit down and read every day to absorb the right information and get momentum in your knowledge? Do you need to sit down and write every day so you can start to get words out to the world so people can see you and they can see your journey? Do you need to start working out every day to get momentum physically, which is going to turn into mental momentum and mental toughness, which is going to help you through those hard times as you're starting your business or growing your business? What disciplines do you need to adopt today? I can tell you the main root disciplines that most people need to adopt that are holding you back. It's goes down to physical and mental. Okay, physical. You need to be moving and sweating every day. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what your physical fitness level is. I can tell you that you will not operate at your highest level if you cannot show up with energy every single day. Okay. So that sweating could be a 15-minute walk. Okay. It could be a jog. It could be a bike. It doesn't matter. All that matters is you get up every day and say yes to the hard thing. You get moving. Okay. Number two is you need to drink more water. That was such a big unlock for me. I know these are basic things, y'all, that was such a big unlock for me. As soon as I started drinking over 100 ounces of water a day, I drink between 110 to 120 ounces of water a day. I'm not 6 foot tall, so I don't have this massive body that needs more water. But that was a big unlock for me. Mental clarity, energy. I found myself not wanting to grab a beer. Like I love beer. I love whiskey. Okay. I can't drink any during this challenge, but now I just don't even have the craving to grab it because I'm drinking so much water and it feels great. And I started eating better. I love the burger just as much as the next person, but I found myself asking those questions and knowing the trade-off, knowing that, man, if I'm gonna eat that burger at lunch, I can pretty much bet that I'm just gonna be like crap energy for the rest of the day. So I asked myself, well, what do I need energy for the rest of the day? Is it for my wife? Is it for my kids? Is it for work? Is it worth it to eat this burger right now to forgive that energy that I need for the rest of the day? Or should I just eat a salad and become really, really, a lover of a salad? And that's how I've become to do that. So those three things, y'all: move every day, drink enough water, eat healthy. Those will change your life alone. And then start to add in the other things with the reading every day, things like that. So I know this podcast is a little bit long. I'm going to head inside, head into the garage right now. But I appreciate you guys for listening. Hopefully, you guys got something out of this. I am rooting for you guys in 2021, y'all. I'm rooting for you big time. Uh, us here at Carrot are going to invest more into you, more into this community, more into the product than we ever have. I'm making a good calculated gamble on you guys, on the fact that we can help you guys solve the problem bigger than ever in a market that's going to be shifting. And you know what, guys? I am fully committed to making this an amazing journey for you. We are doubling down on making Carrot amazing for you. I am absolutely fully committed to helping Carrot continue to be that company that is helping me to fulfill my personal mission. You guys that fulfill your personal missions as well. I'm insanely excited about the journey. Is it easy? Heck no, it's not easy. Heck no, it's not easy. This challenge, 75 hard challenge, it's called 75 hard, not 75 soft. Okay. If we wanted 75 soft, that's pretty much what most people are doing. 75 hard is going to prepare you for the hard things and going to make everything else so much easier in your life, y'all. So, you guys have an amazing rest of the week. Go back to carrot.com/epic, carrot.com/epic. Get the replay of the epic planning call. Go through that. Jot down your who the person you want to become. Write that vision. I'll walk you through how to do that in the epic call. Get the resources in there. And if you're not a Carrot customer yet, y'all, go to carrot.com and check out our plans. We are going to be doubling down on you as a real estate agent this year. We're going to be doubling down on you as a real estate investor this year, bringing in new innovative site designs to help you stand out and help you convert even greater. We're going to be building even new SEO tools and content marketing tools. We have some amazing things up our sleeves to help you better manage leads and better do follow-up later this year as well. So I'm insanely excited about this journey with you guys. Let's hit 2021 hard, add more value this year than you ever have. And I want you to finish this year being a far better person and way closer to the person you want to become at the end of the year, okay? So guys, give me a rating review if you got anything out of this episode. Go to Apple Podcasts, go to Spotify, wherever you can give ratings and reviews. Find me on Instagram. My Instagram is trevor.mauch. That's MAUCH. Find me and follow me on Instagram. Shoot me a DM. I answer every single DM. Shoot me a DM and let me know how this episode fired you up if it did. Where did it hit you in your heart? Where did it hit you in the feels? I want to encourage you on that journey, and let's hit this hard together, guys. Have an amazing rest of the week. Love you. We'll talk soon.